Hello, I'm Gaming Dad, and today I'm gonna show you Species: Artificial Life Real Evolution, a game by Quasar, which they gave me a key for an early version so that I could show it and record it, or record it and show it there. So, Species, what it is about? It's a game about evolution, and let's have a look what hides behind this beautiful menu. Well, unfortunately, after you leave, the rest of the game looks like a programmer's and UX nightmare. It looks like it's made by a programmer. The UI is in dire need of some UX and help. Starting from this is map creation and the new game, you do get a lot of information. There's almost too much of it, and it's presented in not a very nice way. These dials work poorly at best, and typing it is kind of also works not very well. But you generate a world with some species in it. You define some extra parameters, and then you say, hey, let's go. I already have a world, so I want to see that. And what do you do with that world? Well, you don't do much. The world is inhabited initially by very simple species and creatures. They kind of look like an ugly version of Spore. And then they evolve. And that's what they do. They eat, they breed, and then they evolve. There are some helpful hints. This has actually been upgraded since I played, or while I played the early version. And that's it. You have a world. I wanted to make a little bit of flat world. You have very little controls over it. You can kill a few creatures. I never tried. You can feed them if you want them to be more of them, I guess. You can then irradiate some of them if you want to spur more mutations in their offsprings, and revive if somebody died. They die a lot, awfully fast. This one is exhausted. This one just died. So don't get attached, especially the early ones. These live a little bit longer. You can move some of the species into your nursery, and I did that some time ago, and it does that. From time to time the UI will just disappear, but you can move some of your species, pick them up, put them into nursery, and what can you do? Well, in the nursery is how you can also change the species that you want. You can say, hey, I want to edit the target. This is the little creature that I thought, hey, why don't you make me something like that? And again, the editor is very, very difficult to work with. Let's call it like this. You can select some sort of color, skin. He can have arms. Let's say we can increase this. Does this change anything? Oh, a bit, I guess. Let's see. We can add him some tail. Can you turn around, please, for us? Thank you. Give him a long tail. Oh, tail type. Yep, there you go. Let's call it like this. Long tail. We want to him have a long tail. Fake tail, which apparently does this to him, and this. So you can edit after a fashion your creature. It still looks like a little monster, but there it is. Say generate, and then your nursery will actively kill the creatures in it that are kind of far away from the target you want, and try to feed and promote the ones that look closer. So I actually managed to create myself a creature of my own. Let's see, where is it? Please go away. This is actually the coolest part of the game, and there it goes again. The coolest part of the game, as far as I'm concerned, you start with a kind of this is what you start with, and then it grows, and some mutation appear. You can see, and then at one point I asked, "Hey, please make me, my creature," and it seems like it is trying to get there. So this is my player species. Oh, no, this doesn't work. So this is mine, and this is the dominant species that, or major species that keeps eating everything because it's a carnivore. But you can see kind of how the different animals and creatures look. So where's mine? Creatures. Those here's my little spawn that I created, and the rovers keep working on them. I don't know why. Yeah, and that's about it. You can kind of apparently you can just add the creatures yourself. There isn't much in terms of game. You just irradiate some people or some creatures and wait for them to see how they evolve. What are you of a monster? Are you something new? Yeah, and the game kind of happens. Besides the creature, you can look at a lot of information about each creature, some sort of energy bars. But as you see, they drop so fast you can't really get attached to any singular one. And I guess that's not the point. But it also makes it really hard to kind of follow them and see what they do, what they breed. Some more stats. This doesn't really work, or it's not functional. There we go. Oh, you can export creatures, and then you can, I guess, import them. You can create rovers that would depend on some rules: feed, kill, trees, people, or creatures, populations. However, after adding 2 rovers, my FPS dropped to 2, so I'm not playing with that again until we get a new map. And basically, you speed it up and kind of wait for stuff to evolve and look different. And that's about it, I guess. The satellite map kind of shows where the creatures are, and you can also keep track of it. It's missing a game in it. You can see how many species or different species they are. You can see the temperature kind of, and how many individual creatures you do have. So, oh, there's one more thing. So, and now it kind of slows down. Let's slow it down. You can make fences. You can raise lower temperature, but it's a global temperature, not local. And you can make these control devices. However, again, it says the heat should be from 0 to 1. So apparently 11 would be, I don't know, lava. And yeah, what does it do? Not so much. I've been trying to raise the lower level, water level on this one, to kind of see, but again, I have no really indication on where it would be. The game needs a lot of programming, or not programming, but UX work to help it kind of be more user-friendly and usable. And that's about it, I guess. There's fertility. Is that the plant fertility or creature fertility? Not quite sure. To be honest, I haven't played awfully lot. It's kind of hard to get past the few crashes that I had. Although I didn't have a crash since the latest update yet. And again, where do I go? What am I trying to achieve? There is a big roadmap apparently on their website, so if this seems like your kind of thing, you should go and see. But and I wish the creatures were a little bit more cute and a little bit easier to understand what they're doing. See, apparently they've done something, eaten, and then they're dead. Oh, Oh, and you're dead as well. Oh. Are you not dead? Oh, you're exhausted. Oh, you're probably gonna die soon. Oh, yes. So, the clay diagram is my favorite. Zoom out, where you can kind of see how they're evolving. Oh, you got stripes. Cool. There's a satellite map, which also helps you navigate a little bit and see where given species is. And yeah, these they keep eating everything pretty much. But now we have 2 carnivores. Yeah, so they will eat each other. Web of Life, it's a bit confusing. I don't know what it was supposed to do. And the population history is just art, you can say. And then there we go again. So, very early access, but it's gonna be available on Steam 29th of September, I am led to believe. And you can, if you want to, if you're a biology nerd and evolution excites you and is the bees on your knees and stuff, you might have a look, or at least follow this one and see how it develops. It needs a lot of work, but it's well, it's there's a lot of creatures in it. Hello. Starving. Oh well. Eat some grass. Well, I'm Gaming Dad. This was Species Artificial Life Real Evolution by Quasar. Again, I got the key for free to bring you this video. Evolve, I guess. Bye bye.
Gaming Dad.
And I can't leave. Can I leave? Thank you. I locked the menu.